know, proud of my guys. You know, it was anytime you're in a Patriot League game, it's going to be a grind. And I thought that our guys did a really good job, of doing that. It's just grinding it out. You know, I thought anytime you take on a service academy, you know that those guys are going to play you for 60. And if you don't bring your A game, you're going to be in trouble. I thought that our guys did a really good job on the defensive end. I thought Connor Murphy, besides a couple, blunders in the clearing game, was very good in the hoop. Bobby Lawrence, I think, shut down Sam Jones, who's one of the premier attackmen in our conference. Very, very proud of the effort that Bobby had. And then I don't know what I can say about the two guys to my right. 15, 33. As we go, our offense goes, and those guys did a great job.
Questions?
Does this wash away the sour taste of the Cornell loss?
No, I don't know that will ever be washed away. I go to bed with that every night. I think that it helps motivate us. I think that there was a couple games last year that helped motivate us through our 2012, and that's a game that's going to motivate me throughout the course of my career.
Peter, you talk about the way maybe what a lot of guys work to shut you off. Now you're able to get this big guy who's a few times, but it seemed to just sap confidence in their defense.
Yeah, Austin Miller is an athletic defenseman, like a lot of the guys that I get matched up with, and like you said, they came out with the game plan of trying to keep the ball out of my stick. Every time we would clear the ball and come down on offense, basically his only job was, face to face, trying to stop me from getting the ball. And whenever I did have the ball, they tried to flush it really quick. They tried to slide early, get it out of my stick. And when we got the ball to Ryan on the backside, there was really no one left to slide, and he was absolutely impossible to cover with one guy. He's just way too big, and he got right in on top of their goalie and really got some good opportunities and buried the ball. So, yeah, I mean, it's a tough game plan.
You agree with that, Ryan? I guess it shows that
yeah, I mean, when you go into every game and the opposing defense's whole game plan is centered around stopping Pete, it takes more than two guys, if you haven't noticed. So it opens up opportunities for guys like myself and other guys to score easy goals without slides, because they're concentrated and not going to come off Pete. It just opens up a lot for guys on our team. It's just capitalized on it today, so it was a good day.
Coach, how did you prepare for this game in the last couple of days?
The way that we prepare for all the games. A lot of the credit goes to my staff. Coach Darge and Coach Abbott spent a lot of time watching film, breaking it down. I thought Michael's game plan offensively for these guys was on point. We thought that they were going to be slow to go, kind of make this a one-on-one game, because I think coming into the game, most of our goals have come off assists. And I think that our guys do a really good job of moving the ball when those opportunities show. And then defensively, Coach Darja did a really good job, again, of identifying what we thought that they were going to try to go to. And then any time that you can, you can take out a Sam Jones or a Tucker Hull, two of the guys that make their offense go, that's gonna help you out. I just think that our guys have done a good job, since that week of Cornell and Hobart, of really getting back to basics. In practice, we've really done a good job of, it comes down to being able to catch, throw, and scoop, and we've really focused on those things. And I don't think it's a mystery for our team. We've got some talented guys, but we're not talented enough just to show up. We've got to make sure that one of the phrases that we use, we got to turn the screws. And we use an example of you buy a desk. You buy a desk from IKEA, what's the last thing you do? You got to tighten the screws, and we've done that. I feel, every day in practice is, we go over the things that we need to do to be a good team, and then at the last couple of days of practice, we turn the screws and make sure that we're ready to go. And, most of the credit has to go to my seniors. The senior leadership of Peter and Jimmy Queenie. they do a great job of getting our guys going. And I think it was after a Tuesday practice, Peter grabbed the guys and he told them what we needed to do. And as a coach, if your seniors are leading from the front, then you're in good shape. And I give all the credit to our seniors.
How comfortable are you guys in the half field games right now? You guys, last year was pushing it a lot, and this year you kind of had to slug it out more in the half field.
Well, I think that a lot of teams, are dropping back to ride to get their D-middies on the field, so it's cutting off a lot of our transition. I think you miss a kid like John Donnelly, who was a senior for us last year, and Kevin Gordon. And we've got two young guys right there, in Aaron Darr and Parker Weinstock. So we're a little inexperienced there right now. But again, I think it's a lot of how teams are playing us. They're dropping back into that 3-3 zone ride, and it's cutting off a lot of the transition opportunities that we've had because the rules have changed. With the rule changes, everybody's trying to play fast, and I give Mike Abbott, my assistant coach, and our offense, a lot of credit because we had to reinvent ourselves, after the Hobart game, and Peter and I, met on a Wednesday. We talked a long time about what this offense needed to do to kind of recapture where we were as an offense last year. And Michael and Peter deserve all the credit. And Peter runs our offense on the field, and we've been able to slow down and, again, as you said, slug it out. And if you're not going to slide in certain situations, then we've got to be able to capitalize on those situations. And I think we've done a pretty good job of it.
Ryan, can you describe your experience of playing in an empty bank stadium and how it affected your game?
It's a great experience. I think it helped out playing at City Field the week before. Kind of we didn't come in with the open eyes, a little shell-shocked. It was definitely, I thought, cool to play in a football stadium. I think our team adjusted pretty well on experience with seniors, like Coach Murphy said. Make sure we don't get all flustered and whatnot, so we adjusted pretty well, and I think that showed today.
Great, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Coach.